Well, welcome back. It's week number 8. You're about to finish up. Listen, if you happen to be the person who is down on yourself right now, you're just barely hanging on by a thread, welcome to the club. Get on the boat. You are the majority, okay? People think that it is lost on me. This is a personal thing I want to share with you. When I go to barbecues, when I go to, this is why I love my pastor so much, because he and I can share this together. I'm sure maybe you're in a position to come join our party where people see us and they automatically feel guilty. And it's like people think that it's lost on us, or that we think that we're outside of, we don't have the problems that they have, and we don't understand their problems. I understand the struggle that it is to get in shape, especially in modern day life. It's insane. I don't know how anybody stands a chance. That's why we do this education and do these videos. That's why this is part of our mission, to educate people so they do stand a chance. Because 10,000 years ago, or however many years ago, you didn't need to know anything, because existing made you fit. Seeking food, hunting, the food that you could eat. There was no processed foods until like 200 years ago, right? It wasn't even a thing. So now we have to get smarter, right? And how much information is out there. I talked about it a couple weeks ago, the knowledge versus wisdom thing. It's tough, man. It's really tough. So it's not lost on me that this is a struggle. Not only is it just, kind of hard to change our habits and whatever, but also being in Appalachia. I don't know if you know this or not. I didn't know this until I studied Appalachia, and I took sociology of Appalachia, and I went, to university and did these things, and really traveled a little bit for business, and got around people who aren't from Meigs Mason County, Guy County. Hopefully, maybe you're somebody who's watching this from afar, but chances are you're from Appalachia too, and you don't realize that our mindset around these things is very different. And that's something that's hard to uproot. It's hard to get out of people. There's some fantastic things about our culture that nowhere else in the world has, that I wouldn't give up for the world. We wave at strangers when we drive past them. We're much kinder to our neighbors and pay more attention to people and people in need. And we give back and we celebrate community. And we do a lot of amazing things. But our health culture and our diet culture in Appalachia is not good, okay? That's why I took sociology and I studied culture, so I could figure out how we can help change this for the better and keep all the good stuff. So the reason why I tell you that is it is hard. This thing is hard. If you've had success, congratulations. You did something that very few people can do. And I want you, even if you've had small successes, right? If you're that person, I want you to let go of the fear of regaining weight. I want you to let go of the fear of not being good enough, not being able to attain it. Just let that be. Get rid of that right now. It does not serve you. It does not serve you at all. But you're probably the 70% of people who have made some progress. You're kind of struggling a little bit. This is hard. But the momentum that you have right now forward is what I want to talk about, what we're going to do next. Okay. So apart from the mindset stuff, apart from maybe this culture thing that you don't realize, this is why it's so important to be part of a health club. Just like if you want to have faith, it's important to be a part of a church, because you need people around you who share your values. You need people who work out, who eat right, who are trying to do better, who are trying to fight with their freaking kids to make their kids eat better. You need those people that you can share your struggle with, that you can share your values with. That's why health clubs are important. But get off my soapbox. What you're going to do going forward is I want you to, one, kind of take inventory of where you came from, the skills that you've learned. Have you just started meal prepping? Do you have meal prep containers in your kitchen, whereas you never had them before in your entire life, right? Are you shopping for different groceries? Are you coming and working out? Are you taking daily walks? Are you aware of your sleep now? Are you aware of what you're eating? Are you even aware of your hunger signals now? You gain so many skills, you don't even realize it. Now it's just a matter of maybe tying some of those skills together, getting some more consistency, doing the right things. So going forward, if you have bigger goals, you can do kind of one of two things. You can repeat this program. That's kind of option number one. If you're like, hey, it works, it's working. I think I could do better if I started over. Just repeat the program, right? You can do that. If you've had a lot of success and you're like, hey, I've done pretty good. I've lost 10, 15, maybe even 20 pounds, right? That would be a lot. That would be a lot for 8 weeks. But let's say you're like, hey, I think I'm doing good. Maybe you focus on our fitness program and you're saying like, hey, I need to improve my mobility because if I want to keep pushing harder, this hip is going to become a problem. This mid back, this shoulder is going to become an issue. So I need to fix that first. That'd be a very wise thing to do. Plus improve my strength and my cardio and do all those things. That'd be great. And if you're eating right, you're still going to lose weight, right? You're still going to keep on this fat loss thing. Maybe you want to switch it up. Maybe you want to like, hey, dude, I want to build some muscle right now while I'm feeling good. Maybe you just want to switch it up for the sake of switching it up. As long as you're doing things correctly, which we have the rest of those programs for you, fantastic. But moving forward, I want you to recognize the changes that you've made and the changes that you are making and allow that to kind of impact your identity. As kind of weird as that sounds, people who identify as somebody who cares about their health, listen, you are 1 in 100. I promise you. Go stand outside the doors of Walmart or Pals and ask every person who comes through the door about their nutrition, about how they feel about exercise, about whatever. And one, you'll get a dose of what it's like to live a day in my shoes. But two, I don't do that, obviously. Two, you realize like, dang, I'm different than most people. Maybe 8 weeks ago, that was you. You were that person, but now you've made these changes. And I just want to give a big kudos to you as you finish up. So nothing more today than a big pat on the back. And listen, I've said it 100 times, and I never want to come off like we're bragging or anything, but we got some world-class information for you. I've been to the top. I've seen behind the curtain of the fitness industry, and done a lot of things in fitness and in health and with healthcare. And I can promise you that if you'll give us your attention and you'll listen, we'll help you out, right? Not going to make maybe some changes easier, but you're on the right track and you're doing the right things. So I just want to give you a bit of encouragement moving forward. If you do have questions about what program should I do next, whatever, one, don't overcomplicate it. Remember what I've said probably 17 times throughout the course of this entire process, which is you do not need to worry about, is this exercise, like, are you exercising? Are you going to the gym twice a week? Are you eating protein and the right amount of calories? Are you sleeping? Are you doing the big things? Are you drinking water? Right? So don't overcomplicate it. But moving forward, if you do have questions about what program you should do, whatever, please let us know. I hope this is incredibly valuable to you. Truth be told, there's more coaching in the fat loss course or fat loss program than any of the others. There's definitely some coaching in there, but this one obviously the most popular, but also the most intensive. And because not only are we taking off breaks, all these breaks that we've put on ourselves, not only are we delivering really important information, but as I just alluded to, somebody who lives in Appalachia, we are also removing, some ideals and some mindsets that can be very deeply rooted about, how we behave, the things that are valuable versus not. Like we have to have wisdom in social situations, dealing with family. It's hard. It's different around here than it is in other places. Getting healthier should always be something that is celebrated, but that's not always the case. People want to say you're fine the way that you are, you're beautiful how you are. That may be true, but it shouldn't be. It can be true while it's also true that you can be better by being healthier and improving yourself. Like both those things can be true at the same time. So I'm just going to leave you with that and say that I'm proud of you. If you're watching this and you made it 8 weeks through, whether you absolutely struggled every step of the way or you crushed it and you checked every single box or somewhere in between, I just want to let you know that I'm incredibly proud that you're here, and I'm super excited that you're part of our health club and you're part of our community now, because that means there's more people to share this with me when it seems like 5, 6, 7 years ago, it was me and a few crazy strangers. So we're excited to have you here. We're excited to see the rest of your fitness journey. I hope this was helpful to you. I want to ask you one last thing, is that if you feel strongly about this being something that's important, or if this was of great value to you, please tell a friend. And I don't mean that as a way of as a kind of like a shameless plug to help us, grow as a business or whatever, that's fine and dandy. But this stuff's incredibly important, and it's so hard to find people who are well-meaning in the fitness industry. It's hard to find people who are educated. It's hard to find them that you know them, right? You probably don't. So I hope we hit all three of those things, and I really just don't have the pull with your friends and family like you do. So if I sell them on this program and tell them you need this, it's going to be great for you, it will really help you, they think I'm just trying to get rich. But if you say it, they'll believe it, right? So there's nothing quite like the recommendation of a friend, and you can probably be a hero in their life for getting them started, and that's something really, really noteworthy. So thank you very much. We will see you around, hopefully see you in a different program, and hopefully see you, have a massive transformation in all areas of your life, especially your fitness. We'll see you around.